evening. Oh, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Here we go. All right, get this started here. I'm going to go with Ryan Wyatt. Ryan, kind of a low-key football player, but you put a helmet and shoulder pads on this guy and he turns into a crazy cyclo, reckless tackling machine. Because of his great tackling ability, Ryan turned into one of our best tacklers and earned a job on the kickoff team. He did a great job on that, and we're really looking forward to Ryan progressing in his football career at defensive safety and quarterback. Arian, come on up. I coached Arian in all his positions, defensive back, wide receiver, special teams. Although he's a first-year football player, I can see his love for the game and his enthusiasm in practice and the games. He always had a smile on his face, except when we were running wind sprints. I don't think he'll be on Coach Mark's track team this year. Hope to see Arian many years to come playing for the Grizzlies. Mateo, come on up. Although Mateo is small in stature, Mateo rarely came off the field. Starting at wide receiver, defensive back, and almost every special team. And I have a quote here that kind of tells it like it is for Mateo. It's a Mark Twain quote. I would never think it was Mark Twain. I thought it would be Vince Lombardi or some other grizzly old coach, but it reads, "It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but it's the size of the fight in the dog." And this kind of describes it. Mateo is a hard-working player in practice and in games. I just noticed, I don't know if you saw it just a few minutes ago, he had one of the highlights of my season watching a player play, and he went in a very tight game. He went in, ripped the ball out in a very, very, very close game, threw some time in the game, and made the recovery, and we went on to win that game. But it goes without saying that Mateo is a very important player on our team, and with some time in the weight room, I believe he's had the right with Grizzlies football. Vinny is another one of my pit bulls that is small but played with a lot of heart and toughness. He started at defensive back, H-back, which is kind of a receiver, running back, and blocker, and was on most of our special teams. He was even one of our talented kickers, reserve kickers. And he had an onside kick that we almost got in the last game of the season, which was great. He is what we would call a Swiss Army knife in football because he does it all, which is great to have. I love Vinny's passion for the game of football, both in practice and especially in games. I look forward to seeing Vinny on the gridiron next year.
Sammy.
Jeffrey, come on up. Sneaking up on me here. Jeffrey, if I was to take a vote of all these kids here, I would say Jeff would get the best teammate award. I really believe in that. He's enthusiastic about what he does out there on the football fields. He's a ready and willing volunteer for anything that we need done. Whenever we would need a scout team, I would say, we need an Akalani scout team, who wants to do it? Well, I didn't have to look. He was out there already in position playing either corner or wide receiver. Whenever I would need a person to help when we had kicking practice, after practice, he would volunteer to catch balls, retrieve balls, do anything the team needed to get better. He has become one of our best tacklers over the course of the season because of his great work ethic. Just to say a little story, when he did get a chance in the game, in one of our games, they ran the ball twice to his side and he made the tackle for no gain. So he's got great talent. He turned into one of our best tacklers this year. I believe he's got a great future in Cal High football. And I loved having him on our team. Sean Gilliam, come on up. It's really disappointed to me that Sean was injured like the last third of the season. He started out practicing to become one of our kickers because of his soccer background. I figured that would be a great way to start him kicking a football instead of a soccer ball. But his injury kind of got in the way there. But besides kicking, he was one of our defensive backs and wide receivers. He was a great teammate, and I'm looking forward to having him on our team next year. Good job. Wesley, come on up.
What is that? Oh, harass.
Okay, here we go. Wesley played wide receiver, quarterback, safety, linebacker, and was on every special team. He was so important to our team that we never let him come off the field till halftime and at the end of the game. This is what I call a true Swiss Army knife for our football team. We wanted him out there because he knew his alignment, his assignment, his keys, and most important, he played at 110% on defense, offense, and special teams. I'm expecting great things for Wesley the next 3 years at Grizzly football. He had a great season.
Coach Dennis, can you come up, please? The first athlete I'd like to talk about, I don't think is here. Is Chucky here? I want to say a few words about Chucky. Chucky played tailback for us and inside linebacker, what we call our will linebacker. And I was very fortunate to coach him in both offense and defensive group. So I got to see Chucky a lot. He was a very hard worker. As a running back and a tailback, he had a lot of natural ability, great vision, ran hard, gave us a really good 1-2 kind of punch with Chucky and Eli, trading off at running back. And at inside linebacker, he had a real knack for finding the football. He loved the blitz. He'd always ask, can I blitz, coach? Can I blitz, coach? He wanted to blitz almost every down. But he did a great job at it. He did a really good job learning the inside linebacker position, which is one of the toughest positions in football to learn for someone who hadn't played football before. So Chucky had a great season for us. Elijah. This is the other half of our running back, tailback tandem. This is the speed portion of it. Chucky was the power, Elijah was the speed. Elijah played tailback and a lot of defense and corner and safety for us. Another guy that very rarely came off the field. We tried to take him off a few special teams now and then just so we could give him a rest. Also tried to rest him a little bit on defense, but he was just so valuable, both offensively and defensively, that we really needed him on the field as much as possible. So we kind of left it up to him to let us know when he was ready to go in. We'd give him a play or two rest, and I was constantly asking him all the time, you good to go? You good to go? You had enough rest? Get some water? We need you out there. And the answer was always, yes, I'm good to go, coach. And just gave 100% all the time. He has great natural ability as a tailback. Not only does he have the speed that you're looking for at that position, but he has great vision and great natural ability and moves to find the hole, hit the hole quickly. We say run north and south, and he can do it. And I think you saw it during the season, his ability to do those types of things. Looking for some fantastic things from him in the future. I know he's going to get in the weight room, run track, work hard, and he's going to be a fantastic tailback for us for the next 3 years. Congratulations. Micah. Coach Ken was talking about the Swiss Army knife. Well, that was kind of the theme for this team. We had so many versatile players that had great athletic ability and could play multiple positions. And poor Micah, I would ask him, hey Micah, somebody's hurt. I need you to try and play this position this week. Think you can do it? And the answer was always yes. And I'd always ask him, am I going to blow your brain up? Because I could just see his brain working to try and learn the new position each week, and I just felt like sooner or later his brain was just going to explode. It was just on overload, just too much. We kind of put him in at defensive end and kind of settled in there. and H-back, so he was playing a lot of different positions. Sometimes he'd play outside linebacker, sometimes defensive end. We moved him all over the place depending on the type of offense that we were playing that week and where we thought we could take advantage of his speed and his athletic ability. So he did a great job for us offensively and defensively. He's out for wrestling now, which is going to make him an even better football player for next year, since I wrestle and coach wrestling here at Cal High. I know that. So congratulations, Mike, done a great job. Ruben. Another young man with many talents. Not only was he our kicker, working with Coach Ken, but an excellent kicker. Really worked hard at it. Got better every week. What was the field goal that we 41-yard field goal. Unbelievable. Onside kicks for a freshman in high school. His onside kicking was fantastic. But other than being a kicker, he was also one of those versatile players that we would move around on defense and offense from H. He filled in at the will linebacker, at Grizz linebacker. He was all over the place. Unfortunately, he had an injury and hurt his shoulder and missed a few weeks, but came back strong at the end of the year. And I know next year, getting in the weight room, working on the kicking, he's going to be a player to reckon with next year at the JV level. Thanks, Ruben. Parker.
Thank you.
Another player that I had the opportunity to coach both on offense and defense. Parker played tailback for us also, and linebacker, what we call our strike outside linebacker. Pound for pound, one of the toughest little guys you'll ever see. Every week, week in and week out, he was our scout team tailback. And in practice, he was going against our #1 defense, and he took some of the toughest hits in practice that you'll ever see. All right? From Zach, from Chucky, from all of the players. But he would bounce right back up every time, go back into the huddle, and he'd always have that smile. He's got $1 million smile. It's great to see that smile. He has a great personality. We had a lot of fun this year.
Coach,
He did
can I
a
ask you
fantastic
what a
job
try?
for us on the scout team, both tailback and at outside linebacker. Looking forward to big things from him next year. Good job, Parker. Okay. Another one of our tailbacks. You can see that some of our tailbacks were kind of vertically challenged. A theme going with some of them, but again, pound for pound, hard hitters, could take a hit, did a great job on the scout team for us, playing offense and defense. Had some health issues and some injuries throughout the season that kind of set him back, but did a great job for us when he was out there, and looking forward to coaching him again next year and getting that weight room, get bigger, faster, and stronger. Aiden. Again, I had the pleasure of coaching both Aiden on offense and on defense. And another one of our most versatile players. Aiden was a coach on the field, especially defensively with Zach, helping us make sure that we're in the right sets, calling the right defenses. Aiden played a lot of different outside linebacker positions. Some of our defenses for freshman football, I think, were a little advanced, and depending again on the team that we were playing, if you watch the Acalanes film, number 18 was an unbelievable player for them, and we decided that we were going to try and double cover him, put a man-to-man on him to try and slow him down and stop him. Whenever we tried to do that throughout the year, this was the guy that got that assignment. try and do that to stop the best player on every team. He did a fantastic job out there. He was a coach on the field. He also played our H position on offense, did a great job of blocking, pass catching. That H position is called upon to do a lot of different things. You have to be a very versatile player. And Aiden did both of those really well this year. Congratulations, Aiden. Mitch. I think everybody knows that unfortunately Mitch got hurt early on in the year, hurt his knee, and that was very unfortunate. And it was on a great play too. But Mitch stayed a part of the team. He was out at practice every single day, out there doing whatever we needed to do, participating as much as he can until that knee came around. And actually, towards the end of the year, he was actually able to come out and do some light workouts, a little bit of practice. He suited up, and that was great to see him back on the field. Again, he played a lot of different positions, but I think he's going to probably settle in. It's one of the linebacker positions on defense, and probably the H position on offense. And hopefully he'll continue to rehab and get that knee ready to go for next year. Congratulations.
Coach Jose, can you come up, please?
Coach, Dennis said that some of our players are height challenged. I think I've had that issue for a long time. I have Mangat Sahat. He was a new football player, and but he worked really, really hard. As a matter of fact, he was always in my ear. What do I do? What do I do? That means that he really wanted to be a part of the team. I hope he comes back next year. Britt Bowen. He was a model teammate. He was always there 100% of the time. No matter what we asked of him, he was willing to do it. He's a player that is learning football, and I think he's learned a lot this year, and I think he's going to be a great asset for the Grizzlies. Holden Mayer. So Holden is a student of the game. He just wants to learn as much as he possibly can. He knew his assignment, but unfortunately he was hurt for most of the season. I'm really sorry about that. But I know that he's going to come back and be a great Grizzly. Sean, the man bun Briggs.
Yes.
This player was a player of the game. The second I saw him step out into the field, I could tell he was just going to know how to play football. And I didn't have to really coach him a lot. Sometimes we draw up a play in the sand, and I say, "You got to do this." He goes, "Okay." Without any bit of coaching, he would run the play exactly the way I wanted it to be done. I think this guy is going to be a player. Oh, Foxy. It came to us a little late, and I'm really sad that he didn't come a lot sooner. Because the amount of effort and the energy that he put into the team as soon as he was able to get onto the field and get his uniform was just immense. He was always playing offense, defense, or something, because we needed somebody that really could play hard, and he always ran hard. No matter how hard we ran him, he still ran even harder. He is going to be a guy that I think everyone will remember against Stock, Amador. Yeah, pretty good. I think that's the only return we did all this season. Foxy's the one that did. Good job. I don't have to say anything, but Sammy. What can I say about this mighty freshman, okay? If you ask anyone on the team, you know, who's the guy? He's the guy, okay? He's probably the most popular player on the team, and no matter what we did, he was always going to be in the middle of all the mixes, right? So, he is the man, and he will continue to be my man. Sammy? Jake Westphal. Jake is a little shy at first. Yes, he is. But once he is comfortable, he can play this game. We saw it a couple of times when we had it when he was a starter. And even in the games when we just threw him in, he knew exactly what he had to do. You know what? Keep it up, big guy. I have been coaching quarterbacks for over 25 years. Jason, go. Wow, this young man, he had football knowledge, but he really wasn't a quarterback, and I really wasn't quite sure how we were going to do it. But every single day that I worked with him, he just got better. Every single day that we would talk about football and a play, I knew he understood it. It was my job to try to get him there, okay? And I really think that I could have done a little better job because he did a fabulous job at quarterback. But he also did a fabulous job when we put him at T, the wide, linebacker, the kick return. Wherever we put him, he was always there for the team. Jake?
Coach Mike, please come up.
First off, thank you, parents, for letting your kids come out, play a physical sport such as football. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, let's get started. His number is more known than his name, which is unfortunate. He's currently not here. 280. Alex. What to say about Alex? Biggest smile, big goofball, but a mountain of a man. Gave us everything he could, even on sprints, best as he could, for the two that he would give us. It's all good, it's all good. And did you guys see him? Tell him, we got it. All right. Didn't know his name was this. I know him as MJ. But so MJ comes in. He's like, I'm not fast, coach. I'm a lineman. And I was like, okay, awesome, great, I'll take it. We played some, we had some practice, hit a little bit. It was good. We were getting there. Then we needed the end help. We put him in on kickoff, and I just see this tall, lengthy dude who said he was slow run down the field and make 2 tackles, and I'm like, who was that? It was MJ. Good stuff. Unfortunately, we had a rough injury in that game. kept him out for the rest of the season. But MJ still showed up, kept hanging out, kept supporting, showed up the last game. It was good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Aaron McCord. So, for Aaron, for everybody, summer was rough. For a lot of us, we ran a lot. It was hot. 10 gassers seems like a lot. All right, we were lucky if we got 10. But as the season progressed, Aaron turned into a monster. He figured it out. Something clicked, and he was giving our offense hard time every single practice. I was yelling at our offensive linemen every day, but he made them better. And then he started on defense. When I needed help, he was in, and the conditioning issues were not there. He was there to help us. I asked him after a long game, "You still want to play?" Big old smile, "Yeah, coach, let's go." So thank you, Aaron. Keep going. I'm not gonna say this kid's name yet, all right? I'm just gonna tell you a story. He used to play with my heartstrings. He would show up maybe 3-4 times over summer, all right? And he would show up and I'm like, who is this kid? What's he doing? Where is he? Where is he? Why is he not here? He's beating everybody in sprints. He's hitting just as hard as some of our hardest hitters. And somebody tells me he's playing soccer and basketball. Anish. Should So, for everybody here, Anish plays like 5 sports, and it's crazy. And he gave us everything he had. I don't know how he did it. I would be dead after one game, but he was our crazy good end. After our Campo game, they told him, "I don't know why we're not blocking you. I don't know why they weren't either, but I loved it." This guy had a motor, and before we even had pads, he went toe-to-toe with Rosenberg, who, without pads, that's something. Nobody had stalemated Rosenberg, so that was nice. It was good, and I appreciate you playing football. Keep going. All right, speaking of Rosenberg, Zach, come on up. Zach played center, and he played middle linebacker, and he was also just exhausted the entire season, but he was our defense. He was the thud that you heard most of the time on our football field. One time we're having a tackling drill, and it's him and Elijah, and I look over at Rosenberg, and Rosenberg looks like he's about to murder him. And I'm like, okay, slow down, dude. We need this guy to chill out. And he snaps out of it, and I've never seen that. I've never seen that, and it was amazing. I'm glad you chilled. Calm down. Appreciate it. But on game day, this man was a monster. So keep going. All right. Owen Schosberg. So Owen is probably the most analytical person I've ever met. But it was like having my own self on the line. He would tell them what's going on. He missed maybe 2 days of practice one time. He was sick. I don't know what would make you sick. But he was gone, and the whole line didn't know what any calls were meant. And I'm like, you can't do anything without Owen. And they're all, yeah, we can. And I made the move a little too late, but moving Owen to center really helped things go. So thank you, Owen, for giving everything you had. All right, probably the tallest dude on the team, Joe Van Loon. So in summer, Joe shows up, and I see him and I'm like, that's gonna be an awesome wide receiver. I'm sorry, Joe. But so the problem is we didn't have many bodies, and Joe couldn't catch. Joe has gotten better. Joe has gotten better.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. But I appreciate Joe. I asked him, hey man, you know, we need your help, and he just said, okay, let's do it. And you know what? Running it to the right with Joe was just a thing of beauty. Joe didn't stop. He would pancake people as much as he could. And then on defense, he was also an animal. He couldn't be stopped. He really loved to club people. He needed to, you get one more, get one more move, man, you'll be there. All right, Joe Manley, thank you very much. All right, last one. El Presidente, on God, Gara. Right. Also during summer, on God, would be lucky to finish maybe 5 gassers. All right, I'd be watching Owen and Zach and Heilman, a bunch of you guys doing all the sprints. I'm like, where did On God go? I turn around and he's in the shade with his shirts off. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I can't breathe. And I'm like, okay, all right. So at first I was a little doubtful, but then we put on some pads, and once again he switched it on. I think the Akalani's game really speaks truth to it. If you watch the film, the man's 10 yards downfield with at least 1 to 2 other people just put him in the ground, and he kept that up all year long. So thank you, On God. Keep it up.
Coach Frank?
All right, so first one's not here, but Napoleon Lotta. Yeah, I don't know where he's probably gonna ask me, but yeah, he came late too, but you know he just put in all the effort, and I hope that he keeps training with the Zelko. I know he's been talking about it. So Napoleon, wherever you are, hope you keep up with football and keep driving. All right. First person who's here, Dylan Bratt. So Dylan unfortunately had an injury too, but again, he kept showing up every single practice, kept jumping in wherever we needed him on scout team, giving us a good look. As you can tell, he's got a smile on his face even right now. I've been trying to get that off of his face because he wants to be a nasty middle linebacker. So we'll keep working on that, but you're gonna have a great future if you work hard on the offseason, right? Not far off from the family of Dylan Bratt, we got Nicholas Bratt. So again, just like his brother, just a hard worker, plug him in wherever we needed him, you know, jump in at guard, jump in at tackle, jump in over at linebacker, defensive line. Hey, you're gonna blitz now, you're not gonna blitz now. Hey, do I need to do this, coach? Do that, coach. Just always trying to help our offense and defense get better every single practice. And again, I hope off-season works hard and puts together, and great future as a Grizzly. Jesus Cruz. So I came later in the season. I didn't have a summer camp, and I came in and I was like, man, this guy could be something. But he wasn't putting it together. But I stayed on him, and he started giving our offensive line problems in practice. He was really putting it together at the end of the year on defense, and I look forward to him to continue that progress and success next year. I can't even say his first name, it just sounds weird, so I'm just going to say the name I always called him, Howman.
Are you serious?
Okay, well, for Howman, all right, Van's a character, okay, again, plug him in wherever we needed him. I mean, we moved him to tackle, to center, to backup. I can do this, coach, I can do that, coach. Always cracking jokes, great personality, and I hope it continues and makes progress in the offseason. Howman. Just like him, he leads early. Anik? This is another one of my projects that I'm trying to wipe the smile off of his face. because as you can tell, he's got the body to be a nasty, nasty football player. But he's trying not to smile right now. So my homework to him in the offseason is to stop smiling and get nasty for the football field. And he wants to do it, and I know if he puts his mind to it, that he will be able to accomplish it. And he can't wait to see what you do next year. I have a quick story about this one. I pushed this guy very hard at one practice, so much so I thought he was going to hate me the rest of the year. It looked like he was about to break down on me, but he just kept going. His teammates brought him up. We were hitting the sled one day. He was the only one who hadn't gotten it up, but he stuck to it, and he got that sled up at the end of that day, and he became a football player. Arjun. So as I said, I think that story perfectly sums him up. He made great strides throughout the season. I can't wait to see what he does next year. On top of that, he's one of the best guys, best teammates we have. He was always helping out Coach on game days, writing down the plays. Even when Coach forgot, he always came up and said, "Coach, what number?" And he always took it down. So Arjun, thank you very much. Last but not least, and I know this guy's already got a big head because he is the last one. Get up here, boy. This man is a character. He's got his own walk. He's got his own drip. He was our starting guard in the beginning of the year when I came in. He got a concussion and was out for a couple of weeks. And when he came back, he was very disappointed to find out that he was not starting. He's one of the most passionate people on this team. He jumped in at nose at the end of the year. He's quick, he's fast. As you can tell, he's about to cry right now. He's that passionate. So again, I can't wait to see what this boy does next year. I hope he puts in the work in the off season. Are you guys? Oh, we're gonna put him to work though. He's gonna find some work. Boy.
Boy, you gotta press.
Okay, we had kind of two different groups of captains this year. We had 3 captains who were the captains like for the entire year, and then the coaches would select a captain each week based on play and leadership, someone that we wanted to recognize for that week. So we'd like to bring each one of them up here, starting off with the 3 captains for the entire year. Aiden Rumble. So you guys are going to stay up here after you shake your coach's hands. Zach Rosenberg. Chase McGill. And our weekly captains, Sean Briggs. Mitchell White. Elijah Dawkins. Mateo Jimenez. Angad Gara. Anish Chilakori. Joe Van Loon. Owen Schosberger. Wesley Weininger. And Nick Fox. Photo op, if anybody wants to take a picture. Maintain a 3.5 grade point average in the quarter during the season. So for football, that was the first quarter of the school year. And we'd like to recognize the following athletes and have them come up and get their NCS Scholar Athlete Certificate. Britt Bowen. Anish Chilakuri. Aaron McCord. Parker Quimby. Aiden Rumble. Angad Sahota. Mitchell White. Ryan Wyatt. Nicholas Pratt. Owen Schosberger. And Wesley Weininger. Congratulations, gentlemen. Good work in the classroom this year. So this year we had the kids online vote for some of the awards that, for their teammates that they wanted them to receive. And just wanted to give some of those out right now. We had the hardest worker on the team, and that goes to Elijah Dawkins. The best hype guy on the team, Angad Gar. So Elijah got a little dumbbell for hard working, and Angad got a hype button. And the most drip award, which, from what I understand, because this word was not around when I was younger, it's like the stylishest guy on the team, and that's Chase Miguel. The other athletes voted most likely to play in the NFL, Zach Rosenberg. And then we also had a category where they could write in an award if they wanted to. And the one that most of the athletes wrote in was the funniest coach of the year. And that goes to Coach Ken. Kids didn't vote on, but I felt were something that should be given out and recognized. And the first one goes to someone who, whenever we would be in a film session and we would be criticizing them for something that happened, which does happen in film sessions because that's what they're for, this person would always blame somebody else for something that they did. So this person gets like a little finger pointer to see whose fault it was. And it's the most likely to blame someone else for their own mistakes in film session. It goes to Chase McGowan. This person helped me out a lot this year. He would, for every play that we did on the offense, he would let me know what play it was, how far it went, and he did a great job, and that's Arjun Saul. It was very painful for me to purchase the Seattle Seahawks lanyard. The best scout team player and best stiff arm of the year goes to Parker Quimby. And you guys can guess who gets this notebook that's called Always Late But Worth the Wait. Oh, God.
No doubter on that one.
And we had an athlete that actually, I'm not sure if he was bragging or not, but he did mention to the coaches that he hadn't washed his uniform the entire year. And anybody on the team knows that was not exactly a surprise to any of us. So he gets a bottle of Febreze. And the best nickname on the team, I'll just show you the shirt. You guys can tell me who it is. Sean Burton, the Terminator. I would like to also right now just thank and recognize all the parents who helped throughout the year. I know there's a lot of work that needs to be done that really makes the season successful from behind the scenes perspective. And just some of the things that were done throughout the year by all the parents on this team that help. I mean, you can see tonight how much work was involved in putting this on, from the decorating to bringing all the food to all the things that kind of go into this. Thank you so much. Also, we had a couple of team dinners on campus that were really fun for the kids, and we had a lot of parents that donated food to those and stuck around and helped supervise those events. We had parents that were helping on the sidelines with the chain crew and the yard markers and with the scoreboard. Also, we have parents that would help represent the team at team meetings. So there's a lot of parents. I don't want to miss anybody, but thank you all so much for all the help that you gave us throughout the year. We really appreciate it. And there was one parent who kind of was the glue and kind of held all that together and did such a great job organizing all the team activities. Helping the team in whatever way was needed. She sent out a lot of communications throughout the year. She was just a super team mom. It was fantastic. And that's I almost called you Jody Katz. Jody McCord. And now we have some of the other awards for the evening. Coach Ken is going to present our Most Improved Player Award.
I'd like to take a couple seconds and thank the parents also. There was times when we played away games and you guys showed up and we had more fans than the home team. So, sons really appreciate it, the coaching staff really appreciates it, and your sons always play better when you're there. They want to play for you guys. So keep it up the next 3 seasons for your sons. When you show up the first day of practice for the season, you dream about having 5 or 10 kids like this one that I'm going to be talking about here. I'm not talking about a big, strong, super athletic kid. He's not one of these guys. Although it'd be wonderful to have one, like 5 or 10 of those guys. But this player is none of those things. He was one that asked after every film session, how can I improve? How can I clean up my mistakes, that he saw on the film? He was one of these guys that on Saturdays would get his teammates together, receivers, special teams guys, defensive backs, and they would go out on their own without the coaches knowing, and they would go practice their fundamentals and try and get better, which is a great thing. That bodes well for the future of Cal High football. He's also a player that never wants to come out of the game because he's too tired, too hot, or he's injured. Never did that the entire season. This player has an important attribute for football, and that's work ethic. This attribute will serve him well throughout his entire life. 2021 Most Improved Player is Wesley.
So there are some awards where we don't have like a specific description, but the Captain Award, which we're giving out this year, is to one of our team captains that really displayed a lot of leadership skills throughout the year. Not only was he a leader on the field in his play and his hard work and his intensity, he was also a leader in motivating his teammates, getting everybody excited, trying to help people get better every day in practice, and it was somebody that the rest of the team really looked to as a leader of the team and someone that they could help get better in their own game as well. And this year's Freshman Captain Award goes to Aiden Rumble. And Coach Jose will present the Coaches Award.
This award, to earn this award, a player needs to show not only his talent, but he also needs to show his leadership skills. And I've already mentioned his work ethics, but he showed his leadership skills not only as a quarterback, but of course I already said it as a team, as a linebacker, as a return guy. But the other part of it is that when he and I would go over the playbook, he would point out things that I hadn't seen before. So he was also being a leader to me. This award goes to Chase.
Coach Mike will present the Lineman Award.
Hello again. What personifies lineman? To get this award, you need to be nasty, upfront. Personally, I like pancakes. I like a lot of pancakes, but not also getting pancakes, but not coming out of the game, not wanting to come out of the game. This player, we got into a tussle. Oh, it's time to go home, guys. Hold on. We got into a good argument second to last game of the season. He didn't want to come out of the game, and I took him out of the game because I wanted other people to play. He wasn't doing too well at the same time, but he wasn't about it. And that determination not to come out, to end people on the field, help your team and the teammate you've been working with all year long. All right, that personifies Angad Kara.
Coach Dennis will present both the offensive and defensive players of the year.
I'll start with the Offensive Player of the Year. This award goes to a young man who was a quiet leader. He wasn't a rah-rah type guy. He led with his play on the field. Hard worker, great effort, 110% all the time. Was a tremendous leader during the game with his play. Has tremendous vision. The team has already voted him the hardest worker on the team. So, Eli, this is when you've been around as long as I have, which is a long time, I've had the opportunity to coach some great running backs here at Cal High and at other schools, other places. And Eli has all of the different attributes, qualities, leadership, everything that you're looking for to be a tremendous player for Cal High in the next 3 years. He's done a great job for us this year, both on and off the field. Again, like I said, he has all of the natural tools to be a tremendous running back. If he puts in the time, the effort in the weight room, I know he's going to go out for track. He could really do great things in the future. So, Eli, congratulations. Well deserved. Defensive Player of the Year. Anybody who saw any of our games, I don't think it's any surprise who that Defensive Player of the Year would be. Zach, can you come on up? One of the biggest compliments that a player can get is after the game when you're shaking hands with the opposing coaches and the coaches come up to you and say, boy, I don't know who that number 52 is, but he's one heck of a player, coach. And that happened over and over again this year. And Zach deserved that recognition from the opposing coaches with his play. He played the toughest position, I think, on the field defensively, which was middle linebacker, what we call our Mike linebacker. He was responsible for making all the defensive calls. Every play, he had to look to the sideline. We had lots of different hand signals, or we called them out. It was his responsibility to make sure that everybody knew what defense had been called, get them in the right position, know their assignments for everybody on the field. He did a great job of doing that all year long. Again, he has some physical tools that just don't come along very often. He has the ability to run sideline to sideline, 53 yards, and make the tackle wherever the ball is, side to side. You don't see that very often. I have to call him 50% Zach. And if Zach thinks about that, he'll probably know why. If we let him go 100% in drills, he would have killed half our team. So, all of the drills, I'd always whisper to him, 50%. 50%. You can only go 50%, Zach. All right? And I know it frustrated him, but in the game he got to go 100%. But in practice, we just couldn't let him do that. So he did a great job of controlling that. He did a great job of being a leader on and off the field in practice with our defense. He's going to be a fantastic linebacker if he sticks with it. He'll also play offense, but I really think his future is going to be on defense with the way he has a nose for the football, his ability to tackle and to hit, and with his leadership skills. He's going to be a great linebacker in the future. Congratulations.
Before we conclude tonight, Jody, I think you have some things you want to present.
These gifts are for our lucky 7. We are lucky to have these 7. I don't think that these boys, many of them would say that they've ever had a better sports season than their freshman football season. And I know for a fact because so many of you guys have talked to me about how football changed their lives. Took them out of that COVID funk and brought life back to them. You know, dropping them off at practice in camp in the summer, seeing them get out of the car, some of them for the first time ever playing football beyond the flag. That nervousness that freshmen have, not knowing what to expect. By day 4, they're looking a little more puffed up, and ready to take it on. You guys have been so fun to work with, but you guys have kept yourself together and impressed us and made us so proud because of your guidance here. What do you guys say about these guys?
Thank you.
I'm horrible at this, but I would like each of you guys to present your gifts. Each of the gifts have tokens of appreciation, but there's also a card tucked inside on the clip, and it's a collection of catchphrases, fond memories, ways you guys have made an impact or a difference. And I was going to include a little package of Kleenex for you guys to read this at home. As I compiled them, I was getting a little teary-eyed because just the love and the appreciation. So I hope that we get to see you guys again next year. I hope they just load you guys up there to JV. It was an awesome season. Thank you so, so much. We appreciate it.
A lot of fun.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you all for a great season. I know the freshmen are going to start weight training. I think Coach Cal said they're probably going to start after the first of the year. So I think that's a good way for these guys to kind of get started and ready for the next season. And if they're doing other sports, I think that'll help them as well. But again, thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you all for your help and support throughout the season.